For all episodes and more information, please visit us at marriedmillions.com.
I'm Bobbe Gillis,
I'm Peter Gillis.
and we're the owners of Bobbe Gillis Gallery and Fine Framing.
We met at the laundromat in Athens. I was going up there to drink a glass of wine and watch MTV because it was happy hour, and that's what I liked to do when I was in college. And Bobbe was up there doing her laundry, and I had known Bobbe's roommate, and Bobbe's roommate introduced us.
I had just said goodbye, literally, to a really rotten boyfriend, just gotten off the phone with him and said, I don't ever want to see you again. And we decided to go up to the laundromat to do laundry with my roommate and I. And my roommate said, oh, Bobbe, you've got to introduce yourself to this guy because I met him last night, I've forgotten his name, and I want to get to know him. So I introduced myself to Peter, and he wasn't interested in her, so it's been wonderful ever since. We were married about 9 years before we decided to work together. I'd worked for a couple other galleries, and I really wanted to start my own business. That was always my dream, to start my own business, and we didn't have any children. And Peter said, well, I'm in a good place, and I'll support you in that endeavor. And so we went ahead and started our own business at that point in time. And we started out of the garage of our home in Dorville. Yep. And we were in the garage for a year before we moved to our first location, which was in Buckhead. And then we were in Buckhead for 9 years, almost 10. And then we moved over here last year.
Yeah, people were working in our garage till 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and we really had some dedicated people that helped us, which was a really big asset. But it was starting to upset the neighbors, and we were having some complaints, and it wasn't easy having it in the garage. Oftentimes people would come and at real inopportune times. Like I remember one time someone came in the middle of a Georgetown basketball game, and I remember, I guess I wasn't that friendly because I didn't want to miss it. It was a crucial point in the game, and I didn't want to miss it. And so it was very interesting having people coming, to your house for your business.
Well, it wasn't just isolated to our garage. We had our frame shop in our garage, and then we had, I had an office inside the house, and then our framing design area kind of took over our house. I mean, it was slowly the business was taking over our house. We lived in a little, 3-bedroom ranch, and it was just kind of taking more and more pieces of it. So, and then during the course of that first year, I got pregnant too with our first child. So I had all this great stuff going on at one time, and it really was just time to get the business out of there and move it on. So.
Parking was a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
The people had to park in front of the neighbors' houses, and we had to really be aware of a lot of things. For instance, a friend of mine had a sibling of the UGA, Georgia, and he wanted to give the dog to me. And the dog, unfortunately, had bit his neighbor, but otherwise I would have taken the dog, but we had the business there, and there was no way I could take a big bulldog in the backyard when people were coming over every day. But I would have taken the dog had we not had the business there. So you had to be aware of a lot of things that you might not.
It was an amazing thing because I left the job that I had at that point in time, decided that we were going to start the business, and within like I think 3 days I had my first job outside of, I had my first client who was coming to me saying, oh, I need you to get 40 pieces done for me, and I was just like, well, okay, well I guess I'm in business, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but we're going to get it done. So it was get on the phone, hire some people that I knew had the experience who could help me, and just run with it. And it was a great year that first year. It was fantastic. It just like took off gangbusters. Yeah.
The people that came over acted like they were coming to a regular business.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like they didn't act like they were coming to your house. It was like they were walking into a business. And the employees were the same way. They just acted like they were going to work, except at the end of the day, we often got them dollar Chinese because they were really hungry at the end of the day. And we didn't have a lot of money, so the dollar Chinese fit right into our budget.
That's great.
I'm the one that does all the bookkeeping and the paperwork, and I do it about 3 days a week, and I have a full-time job that I work somewhere else, and so I work the other job 4 10-hour days pretty much, and then I work Wednesdays at the gallery, and then I usually work at least Saturday, sometimes both Saturday and Sunday, so that's how I make that work. And the bookkeeping I do, it really takes about 20 hours a week is needed for the bookkeeping, and tried to get other people to help me with it, but it's really not something that it's easily passed to someone else that you can trust. It's just such a delicate thing, so I've been the one that's been doing it.
But it hasn't always been that way, because you had several years where
Right.
he was here more full time,
Right.
and he didn't work elsewhere.
Right.
Which was a lovely thing for us because we had a little girl at that time, and he was able to spend a lot of time with her, and so was I. We've always worked a very flexible schedule that way. So I'm the president of the company. I'm the one who had the contacts in this business and really wanted to see this business, this particular type of business get started. I have a real passion for artwork. I just love it. Know a lot of artists and art type people. So that's my role, and I do a lot of the sales. I do a lot of the management of the staff that works here. We have 8 people who work for us. And we put on openings. Gosh, you name it, we do it. So we kind of just do whatever needs to be done. I guess I don't have a clearly defined role, but pretty much head of the company. That's how you describe me.